Hello and welcome back to Byron's Adventures. Now before we get down to business, we have an army here, and I just want to mention that I have downloaded 2 additional mods, and they're going to be not so intrusive. They're not really going to change the gameplay too much, but they are going to make things much, shall we say, more efficient for us, and in general make things maybe just a little bit simpler in terms of persuading. At least one of them is to do with persuasion, and this was recommended by someone in the comments. Actually, it's called Fix Persuasion. If you want to download it yourself, then basically what it does is makes persuasion just that little bit less punishing for failure. Anyway, the point is that we've got that, and then we have manage remote companions, and basically what that does, I haven't actually tested it out yet, so it might not even work for me, but how do I even do that? That's actually kind of hilarious, because now I'm like, oh, where do I go? What do I do? How do I do that? I actually have no idea. Oh, yeah, I think I know how to do it. You just go to your character screen, and then you can do it from here. Byron actually has a trait point in polearm, so it's actually pretty good that I looked at this beforehand. But anyway, there's a lot of people here, and you can manage all of them, as you can see. So, well, Barnabas is obviously with us at the moment, but Bruce isn't. But I can still manage him because of the mod. It's allowing us to do that, which is absolutely fantastic. Yana, Pelasora. Why do I have 75 traits to spend? Oh, it's because Elias has finally gained enough, well, technically, gained enough experience. No, he's just, gained 12 years old or whatever it is. And, yeah, he has a huge amount of different traits to be able to spend. Diggory has no traits, which... and no skills, which kind of makes me believe that someone actually in the comments said that Diggory might be might be a product of Pelasor coming in and basically saying hello to our wife. Yeah, that would not be too pleasing to me. But anyway, we have Eilina here, who is also going to have a huge amount of trait points and everything, and then of course we have Badur and all that stuff. But the really cool thing is that you can manage your companions remotely now with that mod, which I think is just fantastic and definitely should be something included in the base game. But I guess that's why the modding community is so incredibly passionate about this game, because they do have the opportunity to contribute to it in very meaningful ways. Anyway, there you go. We're going to be attacking... Actually kind of worried about this, to be honest. We're going to be attacking this guy's army. I am a bit dubious. I don't exactly know whether we're going to be achieving victory here. Just look at the power levels. The power levels are basically level. And I gotta say, that's kind of worrying to me. But what we're going to do is we're just going to tell horse archers and cavalry and so on and so forth to follow me, and then we're going to put our infantry in a decent enough position. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to use the trees to kind of hide some of our archers potentially. So what I'm going to do is going to move my cavalry down here. We're going to tell them to go into a shield wall as we normally do, and we'll then get the archers to come over here as well. And we're probably going to need to go loose with them. I've been using the formation loose quite often with archers nowadays, because it does give them many more angles to attack from, and they don't block each other as much. And I've been using that for the past, I don't even know, 10 episodes or something for each of the series that's currently running. So that's pretty good recommendation from me and a lot of other people actually, to use loose formation with archers. Really helps out a great deal. Alright, let's do that. There we go. Archers will now go loose, and I will now get out of the way, so I will not be blocking my archers as much. Now bear in mind that once we are... I say once we are done with the Empire, but it might actually be more difficult than anticipated, because of course they have so many units to fight. And I mean, the Southern Empire specifically has the most that we're going to have to deal with. And they're going to be kind of tricky, because they have a lot of strength. We don't have that much strength in comparison to them at the moment, but that's exactly the reason why I thought maybe downloading a mod that could potentially help us just a little bit to achieve more with the persuasion ability, considering I have... How much charm skill do I have now? Don't I have something like 170 charm or 200 charm or something like that? Do I? I actually can't even look at the character window right now, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it would have been nice to see how much charm I have, but I think I have a pretty significant amount, and being able to use it in a decent way, it would be quite nice. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case most of the time, because charm, I think, is kind of, I'm not going to say it's broken, but I wouldn't say that it is working as intended, in my opinion, because it seems to be that persuading vassals to join you is so incredibly, well, brutal and punishing. And I don't think it should be like that. I mean, yeah, you know, it should definitely be like that if you have 1 in charm or something crazy like that, because, let's face it, if you don't have the skills to pay the bills, then you shouldn't be able to use it in an effective way. But that's the thing. Most of my characters do have a pretty decent charm skill, thanks to all of our bartering and everything like that. And charm hasn't really been that effective for us with very limited uses. So I'm hopeful that we will be seeing charm be just that little bit more effective as we go forward here now. And I'm going to see if I can maybe do some damage to this guy. Ah, no, we missed. Oh, God. Oh, I can believe that, actually. I can believe it. Okay, you can kill him, guys. Yep, there we go. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to do. Just wanted to get these guys. Oh, Diggory. Oh, look at that. Diggory gained some skill points. Is it going to be a similar situation to Pelisor? I think it might, because Pelisor, of course, when we gained him, literally had negative skill points, if you can believe that. He literally had, I think it was like minus 120 in his own level, and he just could not level up in the entire time that we had him in our army, which is just absolutely insane. But yeah, that's definitely something that I hope Diggory does not suffer from. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm just going to try and do a little bit of a hit-and-run style attack here. I'm going to tell my units to charge in, tell my infantry to charge in at the very least, because I think they're probably being killed a little bit too much by the thrown weapons of our opponent, because it seems like they do have a couple of thrown weapon users, as you can see right there, and we definitely don't want them to be too effective, if at all possible. So I'm going to tell my horse archers to charge in now as well, so that they can finally start doing some things that they like to do. And I will try to do some damage myself. Oh, you know, that's really, really cool in my opinion. That's something that I saw very, very long ago when the developers of Bannerlord were doing their dev blogs and everything. And I was seeing things like how they're going to be doing the animations and how they're going to be doing the ragdoll effects and all that stuff. And they're very dynamic, which I really love, because every single time you hit someone and you take them out from a particular angle, that particular unit is going to react in that area. So let's say that you swipe at someone's leg, then they're going to react to you swiping at their leg, especially when you deal the killing blow. And I personally feel like that is a wonderful, wonderful, immersive addition to the game's ragdoll effects. And as I've said, I love ragdolls, you know, absolutely love ragdolls, so I'm very happy to have ragdolls in the game. Oh dear, this is going to be a bit problematic. Oh, hello. Oh, that's not too bad. Not too bad. I've got a good amount of, he got me. He got me. Oh well, never mind. But yeah, I've got a good amount of, I was going to say, defense, just before I got stabbed through the face. Did you see that? He actually went for the head. That was actually very effective for him to do that. But anyway, let's just tell our people to fast forward here. We actually ended up losing only 20 units, which is actually pretty significant considering the fact that we only had I think probably either no advantage or very slight advantage in the power levels. So we will be taking these guys prisoner now. And I will hopefully have some kind of ransom going on with them relatively soon. Bear in mind that I still only have 11 days worth of food, and Onira is going to be the place that is the weakest at the moment. So let me actually just have a look here. I actually did not set this properly. All right, I'm going to set 200 here, and we'll recruit some new troops. And we should also do garrison training as well. And I'm going to set that at tier 5 so that we can just literally start getting people leveled up just that much better. And bear in mind that we have the money to be able to pay for it. So generally, I would say that we're not going to do this at every single fief. We're just going to do this at weakened ones that necessarily need a little bit of a boost, shall we say. So we'll hopefully have that be helping us out a little bit. Okay, so... Right. We're pretty good. We're pretty good. Okay, so I've got 10 days remaining. I hope that the villagers are going to start bringing in some food to this area. Yep, there we go. Wow, 400... Are you serious? They brought 400 grain? Yeah, by the way, someone actually told me that you can also click and drag things. So you could just do this. Boom. I had no idea that you could do that either. I am a little bit annoyed that I did not know about all these things. I just thought, oh, look at this. You could just click on this arrow and buy it. But no, you can click and drag as well, which is actually fantastic. But as I want to buy everything, I'm just going to use the right shift method for the moment. But that is really cool. Thank you very much for letting me know about that too. And also thank you very much for the mods recommendations as well. I personally feel like they are super, super useful. And yeah, I'm going to be very much liking the ability to speak to my people without actually having to go and speak to them in person, because that was a huge pain. I mean, you saw that in the previous episodes where we had to literally find them, track them down, tell them to disband their party, and then, you know, move on from there. It's just way too tedious to actually be somewhat usable. Anyway, Yara has leveled up. Let's see what we want to spec her into. Wow, she's actually got a huge amount of different things. Let's give her some medicine. Why not? Let's give her some medicine. And let's see. Okay, so we want character healing rate, of course. Steward is probably going to be pretty good. Let's do agriculture from farms. That doesn't really make much sense. Less influence needed to summon vassals for war. That also doesn't make any sense. Does it? I mean, parties don't generally do that, and I can't make my parties into armies or anything like that, so I guess I'll just go for settlements growing at a more significant rate. That seems to be a good idea, and let's give her a little bit more vigor. I want her to be as powerful as possible in actual combat, and hopefully that's going to work out quite nicely. Barney has one-handed weapon proficiency for some reason. Did I give him a one-handed sword? By mistake. I think I might have. I think I might have. Well, that's not actually too bad. Whoa, he's got a huge amount of steward skill here as well, which is actually something very, very nice. And I think I might literally just go for things that will increase his, well, maybe his party size. Parties and armies you lead move faster. No, that's not going to work. So I guess we'll go for +2 party size, but he doesn't have any fiefs. So yeah, some of these are not really going to be applicable to him, unfortunately. Okay, stationary or mobile. I think walk it off is probably much better. Wounded party members. We're just going to try and make them as mobile as possible so that they can very quickly restore themselves while moving around, because we don't want them to be in a situation where they're going to get caught, and that's not going to be good. That's not going to be good at all. All right, one step ahead. That doesn't really do much for me or anyone else for that matter. And I guess I'm just going to give him some more cunning skill so that he can be better with tactics, because I feel like tactics are going to be his main bread and butter, to be honest. I think they're going to be very, very important for him. Standard bearer for Barnabas. He actually looks suspiciously like Byron. Way too close to Byron, if you know what I mean. So yeah, he definitely takes after him much more than the other sons, I think. We're going to go for more of this. We're going to actually go for a huge amount of roguery, massive amount of cunning. I'm just going to go for 10 cunning for him right there to make him even better at what he currently does. And we also want to get him some more endurance too. Just going to get him 9 in endurance. We're going to get him a whole bunch more in riding skill. And then I think I probably want to get him other things like, we'll probably get him medicine. And probably steward as well, because they all seem to do quite well with that. They seem to level up their steward skills actually very nicely. And I don't even need to do that much with them, so I quite like that. Then we have some polearms here. And look at that, Bruce also looks like a spitting image. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, so medicine recovery chance. No, I don't really care about recovery chance when they're fighting things. For the enemy, that's not really going to make too much difference. Let's go for this. And wow, he's actually really good. Bruce is actually probably my most powerful son at the moment. And he has maxed out basically pretty much everything. Let's go for a little bit of charm, because I'm thinking that if I end up taking control of one of our sons, or daughters in fact, it will probably be Yara. I would assume it will be Yara because she is the eldest. So we're going to have to do something with her as well. Wow, there's just a huge amount of stuff to do here. We're going to go for hit points. Hit points. There we go. We're going to go for polearms, bows, riding skill, and tactics, I guess. Tactics are going to be quite important for her. Let's go for 5 points in each if I can. Yeah, I think I can do that. There we go. Vigor, I'm going to raise that to 7 just so that she can do a little bit more damage with polearms and everything. And we're going to give her a little bit more movement speed at night thanks to her wonderful scouting. And we'll give her some more steward skill as well. Attacks from villages. I mean, it doesn't really make much sense because it doesn't really apply to them. But there we go. We're going to just do that. Okay, fantastic. That's all done. And then we have Pelisora, who of course is actually still very, very good as well. And she's got medicine skills right here as well. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to go for... I don't even know, to be honest, at this point. I guess medicine, because medicine generally is going to be useful, no matter what. So we'll do that. Then we have Pelisor. Pelisor. It is absolutely hilarious. Is it just because I've called him Pelisor or something like that? Is that the reason why he has... Literally, look at his skill points. He has minus 2,320, and he has no skills at all. He's actually level 30 already, which makes him even slower to level up. I have no idea what's going on with him, but there you go. It's kind of a bit weird. Now we have Elias here, who is following in the footsteps of the great Elias Mormont, which is one of my other characters from Warband, if you didn't know. He's generally a guy that will do the Game of Thrones mods that will hopefully inevitably come out for Bannerlord as well. That will be very fun to see him in that. And this is a little precursor, I suppose, seeing little Elias running around and hopefully doing some pretty decent damage in the process. So yeah, we're going to just do that. And we're just going to get him some more bows, get him some more riding skill as well. Charm is going to be kind of important, I guess, if I actually do get a chance to control him at some point. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'm just going to go for a bunch of control and vigor for him. Endurance. There we go. And we'll go for cunning, actually. Cunning is going to be very, very important as well. I would like to get a massive amount of roguery for him because you never know if he does at some point become a party. Then I would like to do that. And I'd like to make him as good at raiding villages as humanly possible because that's going to be where they mostly gain their skills. Again, look at this. Diggory is level 21, has minus 1,259 skill points, so it's highly unlikely that she is actually going to be able to do anything for us, unfortunately. So that's a bit sad. But then we do have a bunch of other things here with Eilina. She's doing very, very nicely. And we can get it. Yeah, she's got the standard stuff that makes every Bertild child into something pretty good, you know, hopefully. And we'll go for the taxes as well. All right. So more pole arms. Can I actually hold shift to do this instantly? No, I can't hold shift to do that instantly. Oh well, never mind. Let's go for some more vigor there as well. More endurance. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, now I've done that wrong. Oh well, never mind. That's actually not a big deal. I was actually planning on leveling that up eventually anyway, you know, it's just a matter of time. Let's give her a little bit more roguery as well. 1 in cunning. And what else? I guess tactics skill. Just that little bit. And I believe that is indeed it. I don't think anyone else needs anything. Yeah, for some reason, I don't exactly know where that is. I have probably missed it, and this is the main reason why I personally believe the icon that indicates whether a trait is available to spend be a different color. Ah, there we go. See, because as you can see right here, it's gray, and the background of this is kind of like a beige, white, cream sort of color, so it makes it very difficult for me to see that. But anyway, we're done. We're done with all of those things, and I now have a pretty significant amount of food as well, and I'm going to be waiting here at Onira until the garrison becomes somewhat significant, because otherwise it's just going to be besieged again and again. Oh, while I was waiting here for some time, as you can see, look at that. I'm actually going to scroll back up so you can see it. Garvey of the Southern Empire, Attis of the Southern Empire, and Sicard of the Brotherhood of the Southern Empire has been taken prisoner by the Kingdom of Byronia. It seems like they're really doing very, very well, my parties. They are absolutely beasting. And bear in mind that Pelosaur has actually leveled up as well. So if we go over to her, can I actually... Yeah, there we go. I can actually do this way. This is a lot easier. So we're going to go... Yeah, look at that. She's getting steward skill like no one's business. It really is making a huge difference. Let's give her some more in intelligence and medicine. And there you go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the trade screen and we're going to see if anyone needs any upgrades. So Sophia could definitely use some. Komar, Diggory. Don't even know whether it's even worth it to upgrade Diggory at this point because it seems like she just can't gain any skills or can't gain any levels at the very least. So I won't be able to do anything with that. But there's 250,000. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Okay, so we do have someone over here that we might want to attack. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up to him. And I believe Onira is actually doing quite well. Yana was taken prisoner? Ah, yes. That seems to happen quite often. And look at this. Old Boss is now actually attempting to take Onira. There are 61 people in the garrison. I actually thought that might make a slight difference, but apparently people are still willing to go for it. And I guess it is just literally because they have been bolstered. The Empire has been quite clearly bolstered by the fact that they have all conspired against the Kingdom of Byronia. And I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that at all. Thank you very much. So yeah, I have I have literally no infantry whatsoever, do I? So this is going to be a little bit interesting. Let's see if I can maybe do something here. Just a little bit out of range. Little bit out of range. But hopefully I'll be able to do something here. There we go. Almost. Yeah, get him. Get him. Ah, he slowed down. Nice change of tact right there, fellow. Well, you will live today. I could have gotten out my bow, actually, and, continue chasing him and things, but I didn't see the real point in it, because it seems like the enemy is actually not wanting to charge at us whatsoever. Barnabas just gained 33 skill points in riding? What? 33? Are you serious? Okay, well, let's tell our archers to go loose here. And we'll go shield wall with our infantry and everything. And I think what I'm going to do is I might just tell my horse archers just to charge straight on in here, because it seems like the enemy is literally not wanting to move for any reason. So it would be good if I can eliminate these guys and try and force them to move a little. And you kind of want to do that with our horse archers as well. Get him. Should have slowed down there a second. Ooh, okay, this is bad. Okay, that was that was a little bit problematic. I might have actually ended up succumbing to some brutal attack, but thankfully not. Wow, these guys, they actually have a lot of elites. I'm very surprised that they're picking up a lot of elites from their garrisons now. Seems like they're really knowing what they should be doing, and they're turning it up to 11, aren't they? They really are. Being able to bring out these high-tier units, especially at this moment, is going to be very difficult for me to deal with. But I guess that's the point, that's the point. We're gonna have a bit of a challenge on our hands here. Oh dear, I'm gonna die. I think Byron is gonna die. And speaking of dying, I think Byron is actually going to be kind of close to death before we actually even eliminate. No. Come on now. Oh dear. He has no damage. I could just swing through it. Yes, there we go. But yeah, I think Byron is going to be almost dead by the time we are just about ready to eliminate the last of the Empire. So I'm not entirely sure if he'll actually survive until the end. At least until the end of our current war with them. Because obviously, he's probably not going to survive until the end of the entire series. Because, let's face it, he is very old at this point. Alright, so I can take this guy prisoner. I actually forgot to speak to him, which is something I should definitely do going forward, so my apologies for that. I am still getting used to the fact that persuasion is actually going to be more of an option nowadays, because obviously beforehand it was basically... Well, I'm not going to say useless, because it wasn't actually useless, it was just very difficult to use appropriately, I guess you could say. But let's just get a couple of those guys. Yeah, we have a huge amount of prisoners, don't we? Yeah, we have a huge amount. And I have a massive army size as well. Absolute massive army size. So I'm hopeful that we will be able to do something with that. Onira actually has 230,000 in the coffers here. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of selling, as I don't need anything myself. And we're going to gain 88,000 back from it, which is actually very nice. And I will be buying some more food here as well, because we kind of need it. There we go. All right, I'll just wait here for some time, a little bit more, and then we will head on to... Oh, look at that. Cyrenea was actually taken. That's actually very good. Although, is it good? Because I don't know whether we really want the Crusade to be able to expand even further than they already have. Well, with Barney gaining a huge amount of skills, I'm actually very, very happy to see that. Also, Pelisora has gained a level while they were just running around and doing whatever it is that they're doing. Anyway, I'm actually going to attempt to speak to this guy. Oh no, apparently you should discuss this issue with my kinsman Joron, who speaks for our family. Well, I guess we're going to be attacking him then, aren't we? Yes, I kind of wanted to do an auto-resolve here, or try to persuade him, but apparently persuading is not going to work. Auto-resolve might actually work, but I personally don't like to auto-resolve unless there is some kind of tactical benefit to it. In other words, if there's a massive army coming towards me, then I might auto-resolve to try and reduce the losses that I might very well take if the large army actually comes in and joins us in the battle. And also, I'd like to try and prevent any unnecessary losses on my side as well, because of course there are, well, numerous factors to take into account when dealing with auto-resolve battles and things like that. But I'm just going to try and distract the enemy at the moment. That's literally all I'm doing by running in here. I'm not really wanting to potentially do any damage. I literally just want to run in here, do some little bit of damage, you know, just a little bit, just to get my units into a decent formation. And you can see already that my horse archers and things are already in position, and I would like to get them a little bit closer if at all possible, but don't think that's going to happen right now. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just going to get my wonderful polearm out, and we'll see if I can... I was hopeful that I would be able to do a little bit of damage at least to the various archers that they have over there. But anyway, let's just tell our horse archers to charge in. We're going to get these guys loose as well. The archers will go loose, and we'll see if we can take minimal casualties, please. A veteran Oathkeeper. Yes, the veteran Oathkeeper was apparently doing massive damage to us for some reason. Anyway, let's just do some damage to these Imperial Sergeants. The Imperial Sergeant crossbowmen are actually some of the best crossbowmen that you can get, as far as I'm aware. And they do some damage. They actually do some damage. I've used quite a few of them with Pelisor in the other series, and he is, well, I mean, he's unstoppable as it is with his amazing trade skill. He really does do a massive amount, just literally from having trade skill. But, oh dear, am I dead? Kill him. Yes. Oh, I thought I blocked that, actually. Did you see that? I thought I actually blocked from the left, and he came in from the left. But apparently that was just a little bit too late. Unfortunately, it seems like that usually happens to Byron when he loses his horse. That's just how it goes, unfortunately. But we did only lose 2 units, which is not really a big deal. And I am close to a nearby town, which I actually wanted to besiege. Now, bear in mind that this is going to be kind of harsh, because, what? Why are there 305 looters here? I have no idea, but anyway, this is going to be kind of harsh. This is Danustica. Now, Danustica, as you can no doubt tell, has almost 700 defenders, which I gotta say is very impressive indeed for them to have that many. But we're going to be heading in here nevertheless, and I'm going to see what I can do here. So, someone actually mentioned in the comments a cool layout for sieges, and that is 2 trebuchets on either side, and then onagers in the center. And I'm going to try that out, because I haven't actually done that much. I have started doing it recently, but I haven't done it that much, where you actually combine the power of each of the various siege engines that you can potentially use. So, for example, onagers with ballistas, or trebuchets with ballistas, and so on and so forth. So that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about there, and hopefully we'll be able to do something. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually something I forgot. That is actually something I forgot. Something I'm not a big fan of, thank you very much, but we're going to try it nevertheless. If we can do a lot of damage here, we will be in a fantastic position. But as you can no doubt tell, they do outnumber us, they do outpower us as well, and yeah, that might be problematic. What is going to be the most difficult here is dealing with their numbers. So I'm going to have to try and be as efficient as possible with my orders here. We're going to have to be as efficient as possible with where we are placing ourselves as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my people around about here. Archers will be loose. Infantry will be shield wall, even though most of them actually don't have shields, as far as I'm aware. And the enemy is coming over with cavalry already, which is actually fine. I'm actually happy with that, because if they come over with cavalry and we are able to eliminate them relatively easily, then we will have a much easier time. Is that guy dead? Yeah, that guy's actually already dead. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, so yeah, these guys are going to be our main source of damage, with the exception of my horse archers, of course. And I would like, if at all possible, to try and prevent as much damage taken as we possibly can. Now, here's the thing. Look at all of these people coming in here. Look at them. There's so many. This is really bad. They have a lot of spears as well, so it's really, really bad for our cavalry too. And heading into the water is not a good idea either, Byron, you imbecile. Not entirely sure why he decided to do that. And he's dead. Yeah, that's generally what is going to happen to a lot of different people here. And I think we might want to retreat. Yeah, I think we might want to retreat. I don't know whether we can really do anything else, to be honest. We might be able to get away. See, now here's the thing. There's just too many. There's just too many, unfortunately. We do have 245 tactics, but 72 soldiers are going to get lost? Okay. In my opinion, that is a bit much, considering I have 242 tactics. Okay, yes, I know that. I know you don't like running away, but we kind of had to, unless we wanted to be taken prisoner, mister. Yes, okay, so I'm going to try and speak to Ilmir, because I believe he is actually the leader of a particular house. And I think speaking to him with persuasion is going to potentially be the only thing we can do. Oh, look at that. We're getting some more people taken prisoner. That's very nice indeed. Okay, let's converse with him. Okay, hello. Yeah, there was something I would like to discuss. Okay. Porev, who speaks to... that's the issue. You're going to have to find their leaders and things like that. But actually, I'm just going to go and do an auto-resolve here just to get this guy out of the way, because, let's face it, he's got a very small army, and we don't really want him to be doing any kind of raids anytime, any place. So, yeah, we're otherwise going to be making our way back to Onira here. It has 154 in the garrison now, which is really nice. And I'm actually kind of disappointed that we had to let go so many horse archers. But you can see here, I still have 35. I still have 35 of those bad guys. They're really, really good. So, pretty happy with that. And we were able to escape with a massive amount of prisoners in our hold as well. Bear in mind that I did not want those guys to be lost. And there's Barney. Look at him. Look at him. He is doing a fantastic job. Now, bear in mind that he does have a couple of recruits, but nothing really bad. And he's running around with a larger army than we have right now, which is actually hilarious, because if you've taken a look, my maximum party size is 528. Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. What I'm going to do before the next one is I will be going to each of our garrisons. I will go to Onira, Phykeon, Myzea, Amprila, Argeron, and maybe Diathma. I don't know. It depends. It depends how many units I'm able to acquire from the various garrisons around here. I will also go to Khuzait territory and maybe try and recruit a couple volunteers from there, but I can't leave the front lines for too long. That's the main problem. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.